Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM. Time to catch up with the sports journalist Chris Graetz from the Wimmera Mallee News, who covers Wimmera football and many other competitions as well, and codes, it should be said. Chris, great to be back with you. How are you?
Yeah, it's good to be back, Ellis. Things are going great. It's been a nice, productive week. How about yourself?
Very good to hear. Yeah, we're doing pretty well here. Always a good time when it's Flow Friday Sports Show time. And, of course, lots to cover off when it comes to Wimmera football. Let's go back to March just to remind everyone of that round 9 game played back on Friday the 29th of March, and that was between Stawell and Ararat. Stawell winning that game, but there wasn't a whole lot in it, Chris, if we remember back to that time.
Yeah, no, there wasn't. Obviously, that was the Good Friday game, and because that was played then, that won't be featured this week because it's already been played for round 9. But yeah, Stawell were good. They came out and win as I expected them to do. There wasn't much in it, and since then, Ararat has probably been the better team in the league.
All right, well, before we take a look at the games tomorrow, Chris, in Wimmera football, let's go back to last weekend and take a look at Horsham Saints against Dimmy, and Dimmy losing again. But there's no, harm in losing to a really good side. Horsham Saints winning this one 91-85.
Yeah, this was a thriller. It went right down to the wire. Scores were level at quarter time, and then Dimboola had a goal lead at half time. And then the Saints had a 15-point lead at three-quarter time. And then, the last quarter was tight, but it was the Saints ended up winning by, 1 goal. And for the Saints, Nathan Koenig, their recruit, kicked 4 goals. It was his first game back for a couple of weeks after injury. And Jackson Calder, one of Dimboola's recruits, kicked 6 goals. He's been kicking bags of goals for them. And Mitch Martin, it's good to see him best on ground for the Saints. He won the league goal kicking last year as a midfield forward, and he's playing mostly midfield, and he hit the scoreboard with 2 goals, so he's back in form for the Saints.
Nil chasing shadows away to Ararat in the end. Chris, what went on there?
Ararat too good. We know that Ararat are one of the premiership contenders with the Southern Mallee Thunder. They kept 0-1 point in the first quarter and then 2 goals only in the second quarter, and they had a 39-point lead, and then, they just ran away with it, as all good teams do. The thing with them is they're still missing a couple players through injury, but there's no stopping Tom Williamson at the moment. He kicked another lazy 8 goals, which brings him to 33 on the goal-kicking table. 5 ahead of Jackson Calder, and then another 10 ahead of Cody Driscoll in third spot. So Williamson's on his way to be the league leading goal scorer this year.
We'll certainly keep tabs on that. You mentioned before the Southern Mallee Thunder, and they were relatively comfortable in their task against Stawell. 57-34 the final score at Beulah Memorial Park.
Yeah, I was at this match before I left in the third quarter. The Southern Mallee Thunder, they probably should have been about 12 goals ahead in the first half by half time. They were absolutely dominating play. They just couldn't convert it on the scoreboard, kicking 11 behinds in the first half. Their defensive pressure was good. They stopped Stawell. Stawell struggled to get it past the wing. That third kick out of defence, they always turned it over, and the Thunder couldn't capitalise, and the Stawell, as all good teams do, came at them in the second half, but the Thunder had too good of a lead, were too big, too strong, and too good, and ended up winning that match pretty comfortably. But Stawell, there's nothing, they won't be too disheartened about that loss. They know that they can potentially match it with them anyway, and they know what can do better next time they face them.
Fairly slender winning margin in the end if they were as dominant, the Thunder, as you say they were for the majority of that game. Just 23 points in it in the end. Just on that though, Chris, you attended this game, you say. What was it like atmospherically? We haven't sort of had a report about Southern Mallee Thunder football games and the type of I guess, the carnival-like atmosphere, given that the Southern Mallee Thunder represent a number of different towns. So what's it like going to a Thunder game?
Oh, the crowd was massive. There's a good vibe there. The atmosphere was good. They've got a lot of support. There's no issue with that. All the ground was lined with cars, and there was lots of people stacked in the outside the club rooms and on the little mound there at the Dimboola Recreation Oval. So they've got plenty of support, and everyone's loving life at the moment out there.
Good to hear. All right, now Warwick Eagles, no match for the Horsham D's at home, 71-129 the final score. 60 points or just about in the end, Chris. So a pretty dominant display from the Horsham Demons.
Yeah, the Demons were on top from the outset. They kept them to 1 point in the first quarter and only one goal in the first half, and they kicked 12 goals, 11 in the first half, so they could have been further ahead. But that's the story of the Demons. They've been inaccurate in front of goal all year and have failed to capitalise on a lot of their chances. And credit to the Eagles, they came back in the end and kicked 9 goals in that second half, so they didn't give up. Cole Cheney was clearly their best with 6 goals up forward. And Jake O'Donnell was again one of their best players, and the bloke I spoke to about last week, Matt Garang, he was again one of their 3 best players. And for the Demons, Jordan Modern kicked 5 goals as a big man, so that's good for them that he's now starting to get on the scoreboard. So Demons are ticking along nicely at the moment.
All right, well, Minyip Murtoa come into this round coming off the bye last weekend up against Dimboola. How do you reckon this one's going to go? Dimmy need to win, and Minyip Murtoa not they're not easy beats, but they're coming off the bye, so a bit of a hard one to predict, perhaps.
Yeah, well, if you look at the ladder, Minyip Murtoa are on 12 points with Horsham Saints on 12, and then Neil and Dimboola are on 8 points each. So this is a very important match for Dimboola, because if they lose, there's a good chance they're going to be 2 games out of the 5, and if you're 2 games out of the 5, you may struggle to get in that 5. So Minyip have plenty of injuries still, but they're not going to be easy to beat. As you mentioned, Dimboola hasn't looked that good all year at home. They really need to win. This will mark their season. If they can win this, then they're well in contention for finals. But if they lose this match, if they lose this match and the Saints do win, in the other match, they're going to be 2 games out and their season could nearly be over.
Well, the Saints should get it done, should they not, at Davis Park against Neil?
On paper they should, but historically the matches have always been close there. The Tigers do have the wood on over them at home, but looking at how both teams are, the Saints, they should get the job done in a close match. They're going to be involved in another thriller. There's not going to be more than 2 goals in this match, so it'll be close all day. So it's going to be interesting to see who does get on top. Again, Neil's in the same position as Dimboola, because if Minyip Murtoa win, they're going to be 2 games out of the 5 as well. So for the context of their season, at home, they need to be winning this match.
Game of the round, no doubt, is Horsham Demons and the Southern Mallee Thunder going at it at the Horsham City Oval. That'll be some fireworks there, you'd think, Chris?
Oh, there would be. This is the best chance we have of seeing how good and how improved the Horsham Demons are. They took it to Ararat, falling away in the last quarter earlier in the year. They've got a good defence that may trouble the Thunder, and then they've got that defence. So you'd think the Thunder will be winning this match. It may not be as a blowout as what people think, but it's going to be a good match. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up with them and what they do. And looking forward to this match.
Chris Graetz, before we do let you go, just remind our listeners where they can go to buy the Wimmera Mallee News Sports edition.
Yeah, so Wimmera Mallee Sport is out every Tuesday. You can get it at any of your news agencies or wherever you get your papers in the region. And if you're not in the region or you don't want to buy the newspaper, you can go online to wmsport.com.au and you can get an online subscription, which will give you access to the digital edition of the paper and our other 4 papers, the Horsham Times, the Warwick Herald, Dimboola Banner and Rainbow Argus. And yeah, it's covered, got plenty of sport in it, and it's worth reading each week.
You bet it is. Chris Graetz, great work as always, and we'll catch up with you next week. Enjoy your weekend.
No worries, Ellis. Thanks, you too.